Hickok 45 here. We're back. Yes, with a Beretta, another Beretta, the A300 Ultima. You have been asking for it. You asked for it, you get it. Yes, you asked for it, but I get to shoot it. I'm sorry. Yeah, the A300, you might have seen me bring it out in a Sunday shoot around a few weeks ago. And it did well, as I recall. Did it not? Did I do well with it? I don't remember. Anything's been more than a week. I don't remember. But I do remember bringing it out and firing it, because I had fired it several times since then. And it is doing just fine. So thought we'd shoot it some, tell you about it. And many of you probably know a little bit about it. It's kind of the, I won't say the economy Beretta shotgun, because it's going to cost around $1,000, give or take, probably. But it's not as expensive as the 1301, which we all know and love, right? Especially me, came to it late in the game and discovered it and really like it. And ever since we did the first video with it, y'all been asking about this one, and I wasn't as familiar with it. And it is, like I say, it's about 500 bucks, more or less, under the 1301 cost-wise. So depending on what you're finding it for, it might be more than that now. I think the new versions of the 1301 are knocking on the door of 2,000, and this is really just 1,000, 1,100, something like that. So, and it's a Beretta, and it's nice. It feels really, if you blindfolded somebody and said, here, shoot this one, that would not be a smart thing to do, right, for one thing. But if you blindfolded me and just said, hold it, and you work the bolt and, yeah, the controls and everything, oh, well, which one is it? It feels like a 1301. There's not a lot of difference in that regard, but it's got some differences, and we'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll shoot some more. Maybe, you know, the 1301, oh, we just happened to have one out here. The take is that it's maybe a little faster cycling, a little less, just a hair less recoil. Maybe we'll put the same ammo in both of them and compare them before you leave. We may not leave till dark, but you'll have to leave at some point. And I want to thank the people that help us out. Buds, everybody knows Buds. Great outfit. Gosh, they're a fixture in the industry. Been a supporter for what, over a decade now. We love them. Silencer Central. Just impeccable quality and reputation, innovation, wonderful outlet. They do one thing, wonderful outfit. They do one thing, and they do it well. You know how some companies make all sorts of products, and sometimes they're fine, sometimes they're not. It's always great when someone does one thing well. That's what I should do, instead of trying to be a jack of all trades, right? And then SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute, great distance learning school. Check them out at sdi.edu and look at all the course offerings. You can become a genius if you take some of their courses and their coursework. You really could. I haven't tried it, so I'll never be a genius. And and then Alabama Holster, best little Kydex concealment holsters I've ever found. Probably 7, 8, 10 years ago. I don't know, something like that. Wonderful. Belt holsters, pocket holsters, you name it. And I'm going to shoot this thing some more, okay? Mainly want to show you this gun, make you aware of it if you're not. Let's put a couple of slugs in, then I'll shoot some more shot. I think in that Sunday video I was able to hit with slugs pretty well, better than I expected, without even moving the sights, playing with the sights, figuring them out very much or anything, didn't I? Watch me not be able to hit anything. This one has a little bit of a lower rear sight, I noticed. I think. Not much, maybe, I don't know, but it's got an optic, a fiber optic up front sight, and I really like that a lot. It really picks up fast. So the ultimate, or the first test for the Ultima is, can I hit the Glock with it? Or Glock, wow, no wonder y'all accused me of being a Glock fanboy. Can I hit the gong with it? Oh yeah, it rocked it too, didn't it? That one didn't. All right, bring her up. There we go. I got a little too sloppy there, got low. Let's pop old cowboy. Nothing like an ounce of lead, is it, to get your attention. Oh, bowling pin. Slugs were made for bowling pins. I love to see it knock them around, don't you? Wonderful, wonderful. Oh man, I'll tell you. Uh, so yeah, the Ultima. I won't keep you all day. If I want to shoot and have some fun with it, and if you were looking at, boy, I tell you, I sound like a Beretta rep. I know it because I've just discovered the joys of the 1301, and I actually think I like it better than the M4 from Benelli. I'm sorry, see, Benelli owns Beretta, but I just think I like it better. So I'm like a reformed smoker, you know, when you discover something, you want to share it, and I've just really enjoyed the 1301. That's why I was anxious to try this too, because so many of you have said it's a great shotgun. You've got it, you love it, and that's the one you need to look at, and it's less money, and you're paying too much for the other one, and all those sorts of things. And I have tried it out. I've been shooting it a fair amount, and you're right, it's a great shotgun. And one thing I've read is that it may not be quite as reliable with lighter ammo. You know, just field loads, but I've not had any issues. Mainly I've been shooting like this Fiocchi. It's just 8-shot. It's just bird shot, ounce and an eighth, and some of it's 1 ounce and that kind of thing. I think I even fired some really cheap Walmart Federal I picked up, and it cycled it okay too. So I've not experienced any of that issue with it. And I know with my Benellis, when I first bought them, were like that. My Super 90, the M4 was a little bit like that, but really only a couple of magazines, and then it was cranking with anything. 1301 is yet to malfunction with anything, and so this, at least my sample, seems to shoot. And this is borrowed, of course. It seems to do well. Now yours may not share, you know, for people. It would be interesting. People would probably like to know, oh good, I can get one for a lot less money, a really nice Beretta shotgun that's very much like the 1301, but I would want it to shoot field loads, maybe. You like to trim trees and that kind of thing like I do. If you have one, you've had it a while, share your experience, because I really, whatever I have in way of a shotgun, I want it to be able to cycle just everything, if it will, if it's possible, you know. I've noticed pumps will do that. I wonder what the difference is. Y'all know that. But with a semi-automatic, that can be a little bit of an issue. Okay, this one's fine. And they both, the same, you know, basic function. This one has the just a standard bolt. This has a rotating bolt. That's supposed to be, that's one reason it costs more. Okay, some of the reasons the 1301 is a little more expensive. It's newer. It's kind of the latest gas system, the blink gas system. This is the gas system I think Beretta's been using since what, 68 or something. And it's a nice, reliable system. Again, maybe not quite as, this one is a little more flexible. Supposedly it'll feed anything, cycle anything. And in this case, this one's cycling everything. But you might have all the issues I talked about already. What else? The barrel on this one is a steel, or on the 1301 is stelium. And it's backboard, I guess. It's got a longer forcing cone, which is a little more work involved, I guess, in making that barrel maybe than this one. The rotating bolt, the gas system itself, the recoil spring and everything is up in the, I think it's over the magazine on the 1301. And also because of that, you're able to switch out the stock on the 1301 if you want to for a totally different stock. I guess you could even have a folding stock, you know. It's kind of like AK versus AR, where an AR you got your spring system back here, so it's hard to get a folding stock kind of deal, whereas an AK, you know, it's not. So you got that sort of thing going on the 130, or not the, on the A1 or 300. I'll get it right in a minute, get these numbers mixed up, but the A300, you do have a recoil spring back in here, so you're more limited on stock replacements and that sort of thing. You cannot, as I understand, interchange the forearms, the hand guards, without some modification. I think I read somebody was doing that. What else? You got the optic, fiber optic on the Ultima, which I like. To me, that's an upgrade. I think I think that's got the tritium. Yeah, I think that's tritium on the 1301. I haven't shot it in the dark, I think it is, but I like that fiber optic. But they both have the same, you know, extensions, and I've got them on there so they fit me. Now this I stuck on there is this, not part of the gun. Y'all know that. And yeah, they're both just really nice shotguns. So don't get into your head, oh well, it's not quite as good as that one. Well, yeah, but it's $1,000 shotgun. It's not a piece of junk. It's a nice Beretta shotgun. I'm gonna shoot some more. Put some more bird shot in it. So this has been around a little while. This function, the system's been around a good while, and they both, you know, you can go slow them both, or they're, I'm pretty sure, and they're, you got that same release system. You push that button, it puts one in the carrier there. So, you know, if you had both of them, for example, you wouldn't be confused on how to operate them. Same manual of operation. Or if you went from one to the other, you get one for a backup, or one for a second shotgun. Did you ever hear anybody that had two shotguns? or two of the same shotgun? So let's shoot this thing again. You know what? Well, we'll get that watermelon in a second. All right. So I put one in the carrier. Boom. And I'm going to wear something out here. I'm not sure what, but yeah. Shoots great. Shoots great. People who shoot both of them a lot will tell you, or who have owned both of them, they will tell you that there's just not much difference. With this one, if you're a real pro and you shoot shotguns a whole lot, competition, that you can discern a little bit of difference in the speed at which you can pull the trigger and it will cycle. Okay, so I mean, if you're so good that your action is slowing you down, you know, that's generally not a problem. But just thought I'd mention that. That's for people like, you know, like Suits or something. You know, they're Supermen. They shoot so fast. I just got to do this before we do a little bit of a comparison. You know what I'm going to shoot, don't you? All right, I'm going to see if this slug is powerful enough. Go through that watermelon and hit that plate back there. I kind of thought it might, you know. An ounce of lead is no match for a piece of fruit. Uh-oh, I did it again. Watermelon is what, a vegetable? I always get corrected on that, sorry. Okay, let's just see what I think about the difference between these two. I really hate to get my 1301 dirty. Think y'all are worth it. We'll do it. Let's use the same ammo. I'll go ahead and load it up. Safety on, and get 7+1 in there. I'll even text somebody, one of my relatives in Kentucky, and see how many rounds that is. 7+1. I think I have an uncle that just bought a calculator for the first time, and he could probably give me that answer. You know, he's pretty smart that way. Most of them up there in my family don't know how to use a calculator. They just have to take their shoes off and count best they can. There we go. Okay, that's 8. All right, 1301. Now this might not be a fair advantage because the 1301 is cold. It's not been fired, and that could make a difference, you know. We get safety on. All right, that's 1 in the chamber. I held 7, as I said, they're both the same. 7+1, same math problem that you got to figure out to get your full capacity. Okay, they're both really nice. As I said before with this one, hopefully you've seen the video. Hopefully it's still up when you see this. They're really smooth to load. You don't cut up your fingers and all that kind of thing. This has nothing to do with the shotguns. I hit it on a fence up in Kentucky. Kentucky's always a problem. Okay, I'll probably just do this once, unless, you know, we haven't come to a conclusion. Maybe we'll do some other video with it. I don't know, but I'll see if I can. I think what I'll do. Let's see how many rounds are in them. 7+1. What if I did it twice? Would that be 4? Half of that 4? I think I'll do that so I'm gonna be very careful. We're both gonna stay pointed down range. I don't lay guns down hot very often, but when we're doing this, sometimes I do. And I want to try to get my computer cranked up in my head, my shoulder, and see what I think about the feel of it. I'm gonna crank off 4 rounds, kind of as fast as I can. Okay. The Ultima A300. I'll get a real good stance, and I'm just gonna pop 4 real quick. Okay, get that registered in my brain. Okay, let's just do it again. I've got 4 left. Safety off might help. Well, I tell you, not enough to write home about. I might be able to feel a little bit more. I might agree there's just a hair's difference, but it's really, really negligible, okay? So nothing that you would need to worry about at all. And I would have to do it 2 or 3 times. I'm not sure I'd notice the difference, to tell you the truth. But nice shotguns, both of them. And I keep mixing them up. And that's a good sign that maybe it doesn't matter to you, right? So like I say, rotating bolt on the 1301 is right here, the black one, okay? One with the carry on it. It is the rotating bolt. Supposedly the barrel's got a little more work done on it. And you know, the new gas system, the blink system, you know, maybe a hair better, feeds anything supposedly, and mine has, and without any issues. You know, a little bit different on the recoil things I was telling you about, the spring, location, a little more flexible on being able to replace stocks. And you're talking more money, you know, roughly in the $1,000 range on the Ultima, and then you're getting up close to $2,000. You're going to probably pay $1,800, I guess, these days on a new one like this. Okay, so both really nice shotguns. I guess this ended up more of a comparison than I meant for it to, but I couldn't really bring this one to you without it's not an identical twin, but it's twin brother in a lot of ways, or sister. Are they sisters or are they brothers? I don't know. But anyway, I don't know what else to tell you. Appreciate everybody that helps us, and we really appreciate you supporting those folks, because they support us. And I'm sorry you weren't here to fire these fine shotguns. Now that was a lie. I'm glad you weren't, because I had all the fun myself. I'm sorry, but at least we brought it to you. Okay, so 2 fine shotguns. The Ultima, the A300 Ultima, is a fine piece of hardware in my opinion. Negatives I didn't talk about, because I like these shotguns so much, and I've not had a malfunction. Quick, what do I hate about it? What do I hate? I don't know. Maybe I hate that I don't have one. There's not enough difference between the two to hate something. I'm sorry. I like them both. And if you are looking for this type of shotgun, 1301, this might be one you want to give serious consideration to. Doesn't appear that you could make a big mistake by dropping down, saving some money, and going with this one, if you want to. So anyway, glad you came by. We'll talk to you later. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. Really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com. And also, while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.